in the front right here. Congratulations on the win. I know we're used to seeing you in these wild fights, like obviously famously in San Diego, but to do it here in Madison Square Garden and come out victorious, I guess, what are the emotions now?
Man, honestly, it means a lot to me being in New York City, fighting at the MSG, coming to the fight, not having an opponent. I'm just glad they find me somebody, and I just come out here and just to support, perform, give the fans what they want to see at the MSG.
Well, it seems like all week, like I think Roberto got in like Thursday. Like he didn't even get into like late in the week. So
Yeah.
were you worried that they wouldn't have gotten you an opponent? I guess when did you learn that it was going to be Roberto, and did you even have time to prepare for him?
Honestly, it didn't matter who they put in front of me. I was prepared throughout my whole fight camp, so I was ready. I was ready for this week. It didn't matter who they put in front of me. But I knew my manager was going to find me somebody, and I just had to stay ready. That was that.
And it didn't seem, especially at the weigh-ins, it didn't seem like fighting in New York really affected him. It looked like he had made this walk before, and even though he was debuting. So when you were in there, I guess, what did you sense from him, like in the face-off and then in the fight? Because he might have been debuting, but it didn't look like he had any jitters whatsoever.
Yeah, when they offered me him, I knew he was going to bring it. He's a debut guy. I knew he was going to be hungry. So I wasn't surprised, and he didn't even look like he came in like he was ready, for this, and I knew he was going to come out and put up a good fight, which he did. So I wasn't surprised at all.
Obviously, he had a big moment in that first round when he clipped you. Was that just because you weren't preparing for this opponent, like it was obviously last minute, or did he just catch you off guard?
Man, honestly, like I said, I knew the kid was going to come to fight, So when he did that, I was just like, I need to recover, get him back in the second round. Which I did, but like I said, man, things happen, and I knew this kid was gonna come out to fight, and in New York City,
Yeah.
MSG, like who wouldn't come out and perform like that? So.
And how was it competing at lightweight? Did it just feel better in there?
I made my UFC debut
Yeah.
at lightweight, so it didn't really bother me, So.
I guess, what do you want next for your career? Because obviously you're on this winning streak. It obviously wasn't a big name, but it was an impressive performance, probably the best fight of the night so far. So what do you want moving forward?
Next for me, man, I just want to first of all get back home, spend some time with my family, enjoy my victory, and then get back to training and watch film and see what I need to work on.
Have you moved on from the Lucas Almeida name, or is that something you still want in the future?
I still want that fight. I want that fight in the future. Hopefully. February or March, I still want them.
Is it just because you put a whole camp into it and then it was like taken away from you at the last minute?
Yeah, I was prepared. Like everything I did was for him. I feel like I wouldn't have got dropped today if if it was, Yeah, man, I want him back. Like he did this. He's the one that caused all of this, so I want him back.
Is there animosity there, or is it just like you said, like put the time and you want it to pay off, or do you have any kind of ill will towards him for kind of pulling out last minute?
I'm sorry, say that again.
Is there any ill will of him kind of pulling the rug out from underneath you last minute, or is it just a professional rivalry?
I don't know, man. They called me and said he was injured. I didn't talk too much about it because I pulled out of fights before because of my injury, so I didn't want to talk too much about that. Whatever he had going on, I don't want to speak about it. Fast recovery for him and his team, but I want that fight back. So, yeah.
David, right here.
Yes, sir.
Obviously, you're in a really stacked division. It takes a really long time to rise up the rankings, but now you're 5-2 in the division. I mean, how far do you think you're fighting on like a pay-per-view main card, or you're fighting ranked opponents?
Honestly, I feel like top 15 is gonna be up next for me. Just the way I'm performing, 3 fights in a row now. I feel like I'll probably get soft fighting guys at the top 10, top 15.
And I apologize if I'm wrong about this, but I think they said on the broadcast that your dad was going to be in attendance. Is that true?
Yeah. My dad was here tonight. It's his first time in New York City. He always wanted to come to New York, and I felt like this was the best time, to bring him out, at the MSG.
Yeah. How cool of an experience that to fight in the this huge arena, huge card, and then get a huge win.
Oh man, it means a lot. It means a lot to me, So I'm just happy. I'm happy to be here in New York, performing at the MSG. Giving the fans what they want to see. So, yeah, it's a dream come true. So,
David,
yes, sir.
you're the first UFC fighter from Uganda.
Yeah.
How special is that, and what goals do you have to give back to your country once you're done fighting?
Man, once I'm done fighting, I want to build a school back home. build a school back home, and a med gym back home. So those are my goals. Is to give back to the youth. It's building school for them. So that's the biggest thing on my mind right now.
And I know you're really proud of your country. What Ugandan traditions do you bring to training and to the octagon?
Man, just a dog in me. We don't go away.
Yes, sir. One more from me. You got your teammate Yusuf Zalal in the corner. You both are on a tear. What's the training like with him, and how special is it to have wins within the same month?
It means a lot to me. Just having Yusuf being my teammate, him helping me out throughout my whole fight camp means a lot to me. Yeah, man, it's a great teammate. It's glad to have him on my corner.
Hi, David. So this was your 15th pro fight, but it was actually your 7th pro fight in the UFC.
Yeah.
How does it feel to now have spent almost half of your career here?
Oh man, it feels wonderful. This is everything I dream. And it's just here, and I'm just living the dream. That's really. I'm just living the dream, just trying to have fun, and yeah, just that.
So we talked about that Lucas Almeida fight and how you definitely want to get that one back. You're always involved in some very high pace, high action, fun, interesting fights.
Yeah.
Are there any other names that just in the future or something that you might say, damn, like I know I could put on a show with that guy, or is there really no one specific that comes to mind?
No one yet. No one. No one.
Hey, David.
Yes, sir.
Early in the fight, it seemed you were trying to get your rhythm a bit. However, there was a momentum shift, and you started to dominate towards the end of the round.
Yeah.
When you feel the fight, and that carried throughout the fight, when you feel, the fight completely shifting in your hands and you feel it going your way, what's going through your head, and, were you kind of disappointed you didn't get the finish you may have wanted?
Yeah, first round, it was kind of hard for me to find myself. It was hard for me. And then, got hurt in the first round. I just had to just come back in the second round and recover and just start doing me again. I feel like I started doing me in the second round. First round, I wasn't really finding myself until the second round. So, yeah, man, it's a fight. Things happen. So, it is what it is. Right on. Thank you.